You are now tuned into Diving Within B, the podcast where we dive into everything me. What is up, guys? We are back again with another podcast episode. This is like episode number 5 or 6 at this point. Y'all really been rocking with it, so I'm gonna just keep them coming. Like everybody says, they really enjoy them. Everybody likes the really long ones. So yeah, I feel like the podcast is like the rawest thing I've been doing in terms of how authentic it is. Like there's no editing, there's no cutting parts out. They're like none of that stuff exists. Like the podcast is all one take. And if it's good, if it's good, that's good. And if it's bad, hey, we still post it. So I really been enjoying it. I'm still out of town right now. Most of my family's at work today, so I figured still real rainy out here in Ohio. Why not take advantage of that? Take advantage of this peace, beautiful scenery. Got the raindrops falling behind us. Yeah. Just create something. So I wanted to go to a national park called Cuyahoga Valley. I think we're gonna go tomorrow, depending on if it's still raining or not, but we'll see. If not, no worries, but it looks pretty dope. So if it isn't raining tomorrow, expect to see a video of that, but if it is, that's okay too. But yeah, been having a lot of fun down here, man. Like I feel like as a creative, no matter what you're doing, I feel like it's always important to remember to not stay in one place. Like literally, like that's it. Do not stay in one place. Like, and even if you're not a creative, you're just a human being. Like, you gotta think like this entire planet. Like the planet is huge, bro. Like. And if you're just staying in like your hometown or your home state all your life, you haven't even really seen anything. Like you have to go out and you have to explore. Like you have to see what the world has to offer. And you don't have to do anything, but it's more so like, I feel like before you can really say you enjoy life, you have to travel. Like you have to see other cultures, other places, like other civilizations, like, because the world is, bro, you travel to a different country, I'm telling you, it's a lot different than things are here in America. Yeah, so I say that to say, I feel like it's always good, like I said, to leave the area that you grew up in. And I think that's another reason why I like coming to Ohio a lot, because like I said, like, different scenery, like everything changes up, like it's good to challenge yourself in new environments where you don't know a lot about, and it's like a lot of unknown to you, because that keeps things fresh. Because if you're recording the same content in the same areas, like you go to the same forest all the time, yeah, you might know that forest better than anybody else, but as much really change there. Like after you experience that same forest throughout the 4 seasons, you know what everything will look like, you know what everything will be like, you know what species come back, you know what type of plants are gonna grow. So it's like eventually you just gotta venture out and try a different place. Yeah. But yeah, we just been grinding, bro, for real. Like it's been a great week for me, bro. And I think it's great too, because it's like, I'm taking a break from my 9 to 5, and anytime I'm not at work, like don't get me wrong, I love my job. My job's an awesome place, but anytime I'm not there for a great period of time, I find that's when I'm in my best place mentally and in my best creative space. And I feel like that just shows you, bro, like these day jobs, not even just day jobs, but these jobs, man, I don't know. It's like, I'm not going to be all like a conspiracist or anything like that. Like, oh, they're just meant to suck the life out of you. But that's pretty much what they do. No matter if you have like the coolest boss or the coolest coworkers, fundamentally, I feel like these companies themselves, like, they just want you to work. You know, like at the end of the day, you're a dollar sign to them, and it's like that can get really draining, especially if you don't have an outlet and you just come to this place all the time and like you're giving it your all, but you're not giving your all to anything else outside of that. So it's like these breaks always remind me like, okay, I really need to get serious and get back to what I really am working on within myself and within my career path or within my growth. And you already know what that is: my photography, my video content, this now, like, and it's cool that this stuff is fun to me. It's a fun creative outlet, but I feel like I'm gonna just keep at it no matter what. Like this stride that I'm in now is definitely the best stride I've been in, I feel like, in my entire life. Like excuse me, because it's like, you know, you always had those times where it's like, I spoke about this on another podcast, like when you're in that creative zone, like you're in that zone, that's when you're creating like your best content, your most authentic work, and then you fall out of that, and then you just, I'm not gonna say really being lazy, but you're not feeling motivated anymore. You're back to doing whatever you were doing before. And I feel like that's normal for every artist. You can't force everything, but staying consistent with things is what pays off in the end. Because like I was talking about the whole TikTok thing with my cousin. It's like I just started making videos on there a lot more, because before I kind of hated TikTok. Like it's a very funny social media platform, but I'm like, I can never see myself posting these dancing videos because I'm real stiff. Like, you're not about to catch me hitting the nay or, you know, whatever the kids be doing nowadays. Like the Jumba, I don't know. But it's like, and then I realized, like, one of my good friends, you know, or not even one of my friends, like she's kind of like a sister to me. Her name's Chanel. But she told me, like, yeah, put your photography stuff on TikTok. And I'm like, that's interesting. Like, well, a few people told me to do that, but anyways, they told me to do it, and I was like, okay, that sounds cool, yeah, but like, I didn't think it'd take off or anything like that. So months passed, and I uploaded like my first video, and I think I was just introducing myself as a photographer. And then I got some plays. I did like one at the Detroit Zoo. That one did pretty good. Then I did one just talking about myself again and what I create on. And that got almost 1,000 views in like a day. And I'm like, wow. Like, and the views don't matter to me, but there were a lot of comments. Like, these are random people commenting like, wow, like, I'm gonna check out your content. Like, I really like what you're doing. Like, keep at it. Like, and I feel like I've never discovered another platform that was filled with this much love on the internet. And I feel like that can be a few reasons. Like TikTok's algorithms are like a lot better, maybe matching you with genuine people, but I guess the internet doesn't really know who a good or bad person is, because good and bad isn't even really a thing. Like, but it just seems like you have a lot more genuine individuals on TikTok, and a lot of people are actually subscribing to my YouTubes or following me on TikTok or checking out my photography page on Instagram. So I'm like, wow, like, I'm really getting real people, not robots or ghosts. Like, real individuals are actually checking out my content just because I promoted it on this platform. So what am I gonna do now? I'm gonna keep posting on there. I'm gonna stay consistent with it, because it's like, if I already see that that's working for me, it's like, why wouldn't I stay at it, you know? So that's pretty cool. So we got content now on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and we just gonna keep building it up on all those platforms, because everybody likes something on a different platform. Like these podcasts, for example, you can listen to them on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I think there's Google Podcasts. Like, there's a few other platforms where they get posted on, but all I do, I just share it to Anchor, and then Anchor posts it on everything else except the Apple Podcast for me. I do that on my own. But I think that's dope, because it's like, you want to reach as many people as you can. You have to understand not all of these people are on the same platform or enjoy watching your content, or might not enjoy listening to it. So like, I started doing the visuals for the podcast because I realized I have a following. It's not a giant following, but that doesn't matter. Like, even if it's one person on YouTube that's a loyal subscriber and fan to my content, it's like, I'm not going to shut them out and force them to go on Anchor if they like watching my videos. So if I could make my little audio podcast into a video series too, kill two birds with one stone, and all I got to do is just set my camera up on the tripod and put a mic on it. Like, how hard is that? The extra 30 seconds to a minute of me prepping the camera, editing the Final Cut Pro for like maybe 20 minutes it takes to render these videos, you know, throw a color grade on it and then upload it to YouTube is like 10 minutes. Like, that little bit of time, I feel like that extra bit of time people will appreciate, because you're trying to cater to everybody, while at the same time it's like I said, I'm not doing this for the clout or the views, but I'm just doing this to be real myself, and I just love creating. Like, naturally, that's what I do. That's who I am. Like, I just like being in that creative space, and like I said, I just love these podcasts, man, because it's like I really, really can just dive deep within myself. Hence the title or the name of the series, and it allows me to do that. And I'm thankful that I was able to get my cousins, you know, Anthony and Elijah, on the last 2 episodes, because that was the first time I ever collaborated with somebody on this podcast series. And it might not have been the best setups, because we kind of just were in the moment with it, like, hey, we should do one together. You know, maybe not the best areas, lighting, but who cares about that stuff, right? It's like, all we care about is the raw content itself. So, you know, keep looking forward to these videos. Stay tuned. If I know you and you really enjoy these podcasts and you want to be on one, just let me know. Like, I feel like all my friends know at this point. Like I say, I don't like working with people in like my photography and stuff, but like, if you're one of my friends or my family members, ask me. Like, it's not that hard. Like, the worst I'll say is like, I'm not comfortable with the thing you're trying to do, but like, I still most likely do it, because just out of the love. Like, I support everybody. So yeah, if you ever want to get on these podcast episodes, bro, I can pull up on you. We can film one at your house. We can film one anywhere. Like, you see me, all 3 of these podcast videos I post have been at different locations. Like, I'm just on the spot with my setup. I pull the MacBook out, pull the microphone out, pull the camera, tripod, and mic out, like, and we get it going. But yeah, I think that's awesome, man, because you always need an outlet, you know? Like, you always need some type of outlet. Yeah. But yeah, I guess I could talk more about what's been going on this week. So, you know, I've been recording this documentary with my cousin that you saw in the last episode, if you watched. His name's Anthony. That's the first time I've ever done a documentary. So, like, that's new for me too. And it's like, it's definitely a nervous experience, a nerve-wracking experience, because it's like, you know, while I'm recording this stuff, I want to make sure that I'm doing it as much quality, doing it to the highest level of quality that I can. And I'm also managing all of this new equipment. Like, I got like a stabilizer now, like a gimbal. It's called the DJI Ronin RS2. And yeah, like, I just got that maybe a week and a half ago, and I was just practicing back in Detroit in my house and in my backyard. And I'm just like, I just pray that when it comes down to it, like, it actually pulls through for me and I can get this good content. And I can say it did, because we wrapped up filming yesterday. So he's taken me to a lot of different places, and I feel like the gimbal definitely nailed it. Like, there were a few times, oh, the rain's getting crazy. I hope y'all can hear it. Probably sound dope in the background, but there were a few times where it did some suspect things or acted a little strange. Like, I had a few glitches where when I switched from video to photo mode, the gimbal would just lose control and just start like shaking like crazy or spinning around, some crazy stuff. But That only happened like twice, probably out of me recording for about 6, 7 hours. So I think that stuff's rare, and that could be fixed with software updates. But it's pretty dope, man. I've been flying my new drone around. I've been putting that on TikTok. People have been liking those videos. That thing's the truth. I'm loving it. It's the easiest drone I've had. Like, it pretty much does most of the work for you. You just gotta kind of pay attention to it. Even though it has like the obstacle avoidance, you want to make sure it doesn't crash into anything, all that good stuff. But yeah, man, we just been creating while we've been here, and I'm in a good space right now, bro, for real. And I feel like I said, it's necessary to leave the place that you're comfortable in and where you create and go somewhere unknown and create, so that you can almost evolve your style and get better at what you're doing, because you see things from different perspectives and different lights, which is also why I feel like it's great to collaborate with people. Because it's kind of funny, like J. Cole just dropped the Off Season album, and honestly it's one of his best projects yet, in my opinion. But he made a documentary for it, and that documentary basically inspired me to do that much better on my cousin's documentary that I've been recording. But anyways, he mentioned, like, if this is my final project, do I want to go out as the guy that had no features with anybody? Like, that's whack. No. But we know that he's proven that you can go platinum with no features. He can go platinum with no features. Not every artist can do that, but he's proven that. So it's like, I feel like me, very introverted, very antisocial, but I don't want to go out as that guy that only made content with himself, and he never changed his perspectives, his views, his beliefs, because the people that I keep in my circle, they're constantly evolving every day, like constantly evolving every single day. Like, and I don't want to mention no names or anything like that, because these people will probably be in future episodes, but they know who they are. Like, I got friends that's like almost dang near some of the best rappers in our city. Like, we're just literally waiting for them to pop to that level, and we know it's gonna be over, but we know that their talent is already there. And it's like, those people teach me a lot. Like, I got friends whose work ethic is undefeated. Like, every time they get a job, they're already the manager, supervisor, they're leading the show. And I feel like that's beautiful, because it's like, you're only successful as the people that you keep around you, basically, they say. Like, the people that you keep in your circle. And for me, as a black man, and having all of my closest friends be, and it doesn't have much to do with race, but this is what I'm trying to say. My closest friends are black. And it's like, just seeing that they're showing me how success is obtainable from so many different avenues, and it's not just one clear shot, that's really inspiring to me. Because it's like, growing up, it's like, sometimes you don't have those role models in your life who really made it, or who are really successful, or are truly happy. And it's like, I feel like our generation is starting to break some of those curses and like negative things placed upon them. Like, we are in a new age to where you can literally try anything and fail at it, and you still have so many years left of your life to try all this other stuff. Like, and that's why I keep doing stuff, because it's like, bro, I was a photographer first, started making these little videos, vlogs, whatever. Now it's like, I'm branching into movies, documentaries, things like that. I paint. I occasionally rap, but I don't take that serious. But anyways, but like, I build stuff. Like, I'm doing podcasts now. Like, I'm not gonna stop until I've known that I've tried and put my all into all of the creative things that I've done. Like, it's until I've done everything that I know I can do in my power, and I've tried all these different avenues, that I'll probably feel like, dang, I did it. Like, I've tried every single thing and it didn't work. But I know I'm not going to get to that point, because back to what I was saying earlier, I know that if I need inspiration, I know where to find it. I just gotta look within my friends, hang out with them a few times, listen to them talk a few times. I learned something from every single one of my friends, bro. Every single one. Oh, the MacBook going dark. Like, they all teach me stuff, bro, for real. From my best friends to like, everybody, bro. My family members too, you know. So my coworkers teach me a lot also. Like, it's just so many influential individuals in my life, and I feel like they look at me and they think how goated I am or how I'm so great at everything that I do, when in reality, if they weren't living their lives the way they were, I honestly don't think I had a motivation to do a lot of the stuff that I do. So I think that's deep, bro, for real. Because it's like we all kind of affect each other and inspire each other. I was showing my cousin J. Cole's documentary, and we had noticed, like, throughout the most of the documentary, J. Cole was traveling around with his, like, friends that he grew up with, or, you know, people that meant a lot to him. My cousin was like, that shows you that everybody has that team or that group with them, or that group of people that believed in them and that were around them. Because, like, a lot of these people were hanging out with them in the studio. We're watching the Big Sean documentary too. A lot of these people were hanging in the studio with them, and it's like, I feel like every creative has at least one person out there that either understands their content, can relate to the content, can vibe with the content, or they might not understand any of it, but they support the content. And it's like, I feel like everybody has that. So while I'm a one-man army and I do most of these things on my own, you know, I pay for most of these things on my own, you know, it's like I obtain most of these things on my own. My support is real. It don't matter what type of sad funk I get into, and I'm like, nobody supports me, nobody shares my content, nobody reposts, you know, like, I feel like a lot of this stuff should have taken off by now. All of that stuff is like, your feelings are valid, but I got a lot of supporters out there, and I want to thank all of them, thank all of you. You know, thank you for listening. Thank you for always turning on the TV and watching my videos, because you don't have to. This market is so saturated now that there's millions of people that make podcasts. There's millions of YouTubers. There's millions of photographers. And dang near a lot of those people are probably better than me, but they aren't me, and that's what makes me unique. And y'all mess with my vibes, y'all mess with my vision, y'all mess with my ideas, y'all mess with my, like, skills. And it's like, it's not because I'm the best. I know I'm not the best. I'm not the best photographer in the world. I'm not the best videographer in the world. I'm not the best podcaster in the world. But at the end of the day, I'm Bruce Conway, and nobody can take that from me, you know? I'm me. I'm me unapologetically, and I feel like I've gotten better at realizing that as I've gotten older and older in life. Like, you know, I feel like we've all had those moments where we felt insecure growing up, or we weren't really sure of ourselves or trusted in ourselves, things like that. But, you know, throughout life, the more time you spend with yourself, like my auntie was saying last night, at the end of the day, people go home to themselves. Like, you're with yourself at the end of it all. It don't matter if you have a partner, a dog, cats, like, you're you. You're in this vessel, and you're you. Like, so you have to deal with your own beliefs. You have to deal with your own confidence. You have to deal with your own thoughts. Like, you go back to that stuff at the end of the day. And I feel like that's why there's so many, like, mental health issues and illnesses and confidence issues. Like, because it's hard. It's not an easy path for anybody. I promise you it's not easy. And it may look easy to some people, because some people might be born in better environments, and because they say, you know, sometimes you're a product of your environment. And I feel like that's true to a certain level, but that's a topic for a different episode. But, like, yeah, like, I feel like a lot of people struggle with a lot of different things, and that doesn't make one person better than the next, or like, you should cast this person out. Like, bro, if anything, we should support each other, because, you know, people always say you gotta want it. That person has to want it that bad for themselves to pull themselves out of that stuff. And it's like, that is very true. But I feel like we can still learn things from each other, because you can see somebody else's life. They might be going through the same things you are, and they might have looked at it from this perspective or this perspective or this perspective, and they applied that to their own life. Like I got a project. It's a photography project, and I've only made like 2 or 3 posts on it. It's called Tales of the People, and it's on Instagram. Just type in Tales of the People. And I haven't posted a lot yet, but I have plenty of shoots on my hard drive with people. It's pretty much like a photography interview series where I meet up with a person and we have a photo shoot, and I try to have a photo shoot with them in areas that mean a lot to them or meant a lot to them in life, whether it be when they're a kid, whether it be recent years, whether it be them now, like just moments that have significance. And I just go down the list of questions, and they're not really hard questions. They're simple, like, what was your upbringing like? You know, do you feel like your upbringing had an effect? It made you the way you are now. Like, what are you into? What are your hobbies? What do you like? What do you hate? What makes you happy? What makes you sad? And the point of it, because I know a lot of those people that have volunteered to do that with me are probably like, what is this? Like, why am I here doing this? I asked them these things because it's like, I want to share their stories with the world, and I want the people of the world to go on that page, read those stories, and even if you can't relate to that person because they came up different than you, I hope that everybody can find at least one thing out of each of those individual stories, take a piece of that, apply it to their life, and make it better. That's literally what the project is about. I just want somebody to read a story, take a piece of motivation or inspiration out of that to keep them going further in their life, and apply some of those things to their life, and look at life in different ways. Or because we're all different, like everybody experiences life different. So I feel like the great thing about all of these tools that we have now is that we can capture everybody's perspectives and perception of life and share that. And why wouldn't we? Because if we share it, then we know what works, what doesn't work. Like, not even that, but it's just different outlooks on things. And life is all about different outlooks. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Because it's like, I feel like my ultimate life goal, I want to just push and motivate people to do better for themselves. And it's like, me alone, I probably can't just do that by like, I know I can do that to a certain extent. I probably have already, but I'm glad that I'm inside of these different hobbies and fields that mainly allow me to record things and share it with others. So I can record these people's stories and share them with others, and I think that's amazing. But yeah, man, I just feel like that's deep, bro. I just feel like that's deep, because you can learn something from anybody, man. You really can. But I'm not gonna keep this too long, man. We're going on about 30 minutes, I think. But hope y'all like this episode. You know, definitely let me know how you felt. You know, bounce some thoughts or ideas off of me if you liked it. If you want to collaborate and make one of these, let me know. One of the easiest things to make. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. It's Bruce, and I'm out. Peace.